This is the JT-07 life-saving food, used by the Chinese People's Liberation Army. It weighs 14.2 ounces or 402 grams and it contains 1,617 calories. The JT-07 is primarily utilized by soldiers that are waiting for rescue out at sea or in a comparable survival scenario. It's mostly given to flight or warship personnel, and it features high-dense calorie foods that are nutritionally enriched, compact, lightweight, and effective when water supply is critically limited. This product is for consumption within 24 hours by one person in distress. Water usage. Drink as little fresh water as possible in the first 24 hours, except for the wounded and sick. Starting from the second day, each person should drink no more than 500 milliliters of water every 24 hours. When fresh water is about to run out, each person should drink no more than 100 milliliters of water every 24 hours. When life-saving fresh water is abundant, it's not subject to the above restrictions. Never drink seawater or seawater mixes. Developed by the Naval Medical Research Institute. It has a 3-year shelf life. This one was produced October 2008. Persevere to the end. Rescue will come. Alright, let's give it a look. Fairly thin tri-laminate mylar packaging. Is that rancid or stale? No, not really. Whoa. I don't know, maybe it's not that great. Chocolate kind of melted in this one. Looking pretty good. Alright, let's get this out on your tray. Nice. Okay, let's first start off by checking this one out with a chocolate and vanilla, or maybe it's just an enriched wheat. Smells a little bit foody, like a savory, like grain. It didn't smell like chocolate. Maybe a little stale. That's like a sweet vanilla cookie. I'm wondering if this is different. That might not be chocolate. That could be hawthorn, which is, going to aid with digestion. That's chocolate. These are in the type 17s. Yeah, these are probably kind of rough. Bleachy, like a oxidized grain, and again, some kind of rancid oil or, turned milk powder perhaps. Let's check out the chocolate. There's some bloom. Hawthorn. I believe that's what this is. And that hawthorn leaked from some kind of heat stress. That's the thing. Components that can sit right next to another component that's the same exact thing, and one doesn't go bad and the other one does. Like one maybe takes the brunt of whatever moisture or something that comes in, was sitting on a side of a room or a window that was hot that the other side wasn't. You never know. Okay. A layered hawthorn sugar or jelly candy with a kind of light berry. It's a hawthorn berry sugar candy, jelly candy. It smells okay. It has like quite a bit of vanilla and like a wax binder. Let's check it out. Nice snap. Like relatively fresh. Check that out. Oh, that's perfectly fine. Quite a bit of vanilla and pretty cheap chocolate. Very sweet. And the what seems like a wax binder that's going to keep it from melting as easily. That's like a tropical chocolate. It's not very palatable. Okay, let's check out this Hawthorne. That is fantastic. A concentrated berry. Like the combination of date with raspberry or something in a granular chew and like a light crunch. It's not pure sugar. There's kind of like some sort of like grain or maybe like a fibrous binder with it. It's not overly intense with sweetness. Definitely the thing that is built to last in this ration. There is still something in it that's perfectly edible, 100% in the regard of being not only edible, safe to eat, but palatable, and has maintained its medicinal qualities. Again, this aids with digestion and can reduce nausea, which is going to be great if you're out at sea. Let's check out this bar. Compressed food bar. Yeah, no, that is definitely... I'm not going to eat any of that. Hold on, let's just check it out. Oxidized and stale. And I'm not sure if it's like some kind of vanilla cookie or what. Yeah, we'll just save that for display. Now here's a little something extra special out of my collection. This is Chinese space food from the Shenzhou 5 mission, launched in October 2003 with their first Taikonaught, Yangling Wei. The box was distributed to dignitaries by the Beijing Institute of Space Medico-Engineering. It says here a brief introduction of aerospace food. China's first manned spaceship flight was a complete success and completed the aerospace food and beverage developed by the Chinese nation's Millennium Flying Power. It is accompanied by China's first flight pilot Yangling Wei. Space food is the food used by astronauts when performing space missions. It has the characteristics of rich nutrition, health, and safety. It's also lightweight, small size, no waste, and easy to use in a weightless environment. There are many types of space food, including meat, poultry, seafood, vegetarian food, pastry, and other 5 categories, which can be combined into a rich space meal. Aerospace beverages consist of solid rehydrated beverages and bagged liquid beverages. Aerospace can be selected at will. Okay, so right off the bat is a retort pouch of rice. 120 grams, and it has a 1-year shelf life. Look at Yang. The print wasn't that great and low resolution, but that's no big deal. It's a little packet of freeze-dried fruit that still has a crunch to the squeeze. And that's a good sign. It's not like moist and squishy, which you would know right away then that it's spoiled. This actually feels like it might still be good, even though it has a, again, 12-month shelf life. Some kind of freeze-dried fruit. Could be pineapple. And this is like a jelly bar. Oh yeah, that's right. You get 2 of them. They weigh 45 grams each, and I think they have a 3-year shelf life. And this is cuttlefish. Cuttlefish ball. And look at this. Definitely not going to be edible. Look at how the can's eroding at the seam and starting to leak. It's pretty nasty, actually. And then, same thing, it's like beef ball. And again, it was the first time they ever went up there. He was on a 21-hour flight. I think these are also called moon cakes. The rest of it's just empty. Let's see if there's... No, it's like glued in there. I'm not going to tear it out. There's a magnet in the front, so it closes on its own. It's pretty cool. Not many of these floating around. Let's get sat onto a tray. Nice. Okay, let's first start off with checking out that freeze-dried fruit. I'm actually going to slit it from the back. It even has a gusset built in on the bottom so it can stand up on its own. You always need that, especially out in outer space. No hiss. Whoa. Chinese space pineapple. Look at that. Oh. Man, that's in perfect shape. There's no silica packet. Look. There's nothing in there. But it does look like it's been powdered with something. Very pale pineapple. I mean, it's like the whitest pineapple I've ever seen. It was a nitrogen flush package. It maintains structural integrity. There is plastic and metal. The soft metal is pretty thick. So now, a fruit bar. Oh, cool. Look at that. Oh, whoops. That flew off the front. Candies with letters on them. H, T, S, Z. I'm going to keep this one sealed. It's the same exact thing. Might be able to use it for trade or something. Then here's the rice and these two items. I'm not going to heat the rice. I'm very tempted to keep it sealed. But these two, these need to get unearthed. Those cans are going to erode at the seams eventually. This one's still okay. This one, I don't like that one. Okay. Man, that smells really good. Tart, sweet, rich pineapple. Yeah, like even though it's lacking a silica packet, doesn't matter. It's probably dusted with BHA and BHT preservative and well stored. A little bit dry and crunchy. It's extremely dry. It has no moisture content whatsoever. I get it freeze dried, that's what happens, but I mean, it just seems like even less. It has a vibrant, sweet smell to it. This would actually be pretty good in space. You just float around, you get little bits at a time. Same with this. It smells like a fruit and grain combination. Tastes like it has red bean and date. A velvety, rich. It's perfectly preserved too. I mean, like whatever this is, it's a little bit of a glycerin coating on the outside. That's going to help keep it from drying out too soon. It's very malleable. And again, I think it's like a red bean, and I'm not for sure it's red bean. I keep saying it, but yeah. Dude, what's with the letters? SZ. Shenzhou, maybe? Let's eat the HT. No, let's go back over here. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out this rice. Looks pretty oxidized. That isn't just rice, that is like an assorted rice. Oh, it's just one hard mass. I don't smell anything. Hold on, let me smell the package. Huh. That is not, that smells like plastic. It smells like sweet plastic. Do I even have a, yes, I got a spoon. Here. Look. Look at that, it's like it, oh. It's suggested to be heated up, but I'm not exactly. Let's see here. Wow, look how greasy the outside surface is. And remember, there's a big difference between that. Okay, like, because there's grease, and grease is alright. But then there's greasy. Ooh, nice hiss. That is cuttlefish. Nice. And I'm not sure if the liquid has just gotten lower over time or what. But that... Oh! I'm washing that can out and oh man, the room smells like something fishy, kind of potpourri. So these are just like meatballs floating in orbit, and you're catching them. You know, you're in your space station. You're in this thing, right? And you open up your can of fish balls, and I guess they're just gonna kind of float out. What about the liquid? What do you do about that? Anyway, let's get a nice cross section. Oh, nothing but the best. It doesn't smell even remotely edible. Now let's check out those beef balls. Oh yeah. Whoa. Yeah, moving slowly with that one. Oh, nice. Look at those. I'm holding my breath. I really shouldn't. That's like wimpy. Look at those. Oh, man. Those look like... These are nice hunks of meat, though. I mean, they really are. They're like really nice meatballs, you know? I mean, old Yang, he was eating like a king. It's something you don't get to see every day. Some Chinese space food from their first flight mission. This is what Yang Lingwei was eating on that 21-hour flight mission. Again, it was a success. He got back home safe. I wonder what he's up to now. Who knows? This is the Type 03 Flying Life-Saving Food. Life-saving food, again, is one of the 4 classifications of PLA rations. It weighs 280 grams or 9.877 ounces. It says, persistence is victory, one can be rescued. Manufactured by Air Force Aviation Medical Research Institute, supervised by the Air Force Supplies and Oil Department. Spirulina biscuits. There are 4 biscuits, 70 grams each. Main ingredients, standard flour, white sugar, glucose, milk powder, palm oil, and spirulina. And it's 1,280 calories, a 3-year shelf life. And it says this product is a high energy food and it should be eaten several times in small amounts when waiting for rescue. Spirulina, it's a superfood. It's high in vitamin B1, B2, B3, that's thiamine, riboflavin, and niacin. Also copper, it has magnesium, potassium. Let's check it out. Nice little hiss. I think there was one. Ooh, that smells pretty good actually. Look at that, you get these little green bars. There's quite a bit of spirulina in there. Alright, let's get this out on the tray. Nice. Okay, let's check out a bar. Oh yeah. See if it's easy to open. It kind of is. That's nice. Man, it smells awesome. It really does. It smells like a great shortbread cookie with a... I mean, spirulina has its own kind of smell. It's like a blue-green algae. And... ooh. Nothing off-putting about the flavor. It tastes like vanilla. This is a high dense calorie and nutrient food bar. And the way it's dense, I was thinking you could maybe reconstitute it. You can't. There's no way. Like, this is not something you would reconstitute. You wouldn't take the extra water for it. Like, maybe you could, but, like, no, this thing's real dense. It's not like the other bars. This is a much more dense and compressed bar. It's really dense. I was lucky to get this. These are not easy to find. I mean, it's an antioxidant, has anti-inflammatory properties. It's one of the healthiest foods in the world. And it makes a lot of sense. Why not add it to a bar? It's shelf stable. It can last 3-year shelf life. That's not bad. It's a non-thirst provoking. Like, I don't have a drink here, and I'm having no problem eating it. It seems like it's pretty high in fat, because when it's not thirst provoking, it's not dry. That's because it has a fair amount of oil. It has close to the same calorie content as Food Packet Survival General Purpose. That's 1,540 calories. This is 1,280. Just wanted to show that real quick. This is a Chinese PLA Navy self-heating meal. It weighs 1 pound 11 ounces, or 765 grams, and it contains 1,123 calories. Now, this ration fits into the long voyage food classification. In this one in particular, that means it's issued to naval personnel on surface warships, mainly on long ocean navigation missions. Now, on these long ocean voyages, naval members are prone to night blindness, and that's if they can't get the vitamins supplemented from specific vegetables in time, which, anyway, this comes in 6 different menus. Menu 6. It has a 2.5-year shelf life. It was produced 2016 and expired November 8th, 2018. It has a 2.5-year shelf life. So this thing has a flameless ration heater and has basic instructions on the back. 15 to 20 minutes. Let's check it out. Real simple, easy to open box with pretty much a built-in tray. You've got a 125 gram pack of compressed food bars. Yeah, vacuum sealed. And this is some kind of pickled vegetable. Oh yeah, then this description on the side of the box, it says, "The Navy's self-heating food is a new generation of field-fast food developed by our Army. It has good food acceptability, small heater volume, high light weight and high heat efficiency, long heat production duration, no open flame, safe and reliable, and no pollution to the environment. Mainly for the troops to eat in the field conditions. The biggest feature is that you can eat delicious hot food in a short time, and its heat can meet the needs of medium military labor intensity." Get a spoon and napkin. This is a water measuring pouch, and that's for your FRH. Gives the proper allotment of water. You fill it in between the lines and pour that in your FRH and you're good to go. And look at this. An all-in-one, I'm guessing 2 retort pouches and potentially more than 2 heating elements. So you get both your mains and they're 200 grams each. And then a tray, which looks to be some kind of potentially biodegradable paper. Doesn't feel like styrofoam. Okay, so there's everything laid out. Alright, so let's get this out onto a tray. Nice. Okay, so let's first start off with opening up this FRH. Wow, look at that. You get 3 heating elements, one in the center. I don't want to touch it too much, it's really powdery. And each one's a triple sectioned heating element. This thing is going to be heavy duty. I'm going to set it back in the tray. Nice. So it calls for 15 to 20 minutes of sitting there, so that's what we're gonna do. There we go. It's been about 15 minutes and that FRH finally calmed down. Now let's check out those bars. Oh yeah, those are like classic type 09 or maybe even type 05. Oh wow. They have like a nice oat shortening, lightly sweet kind of smell. And for that pickled vegetable. It has a strong smell. Kind of has a slight seafood smell to it. Alright, and then for those mains. Coated in this powdery residue. Oh boy. What is that? Oh, that smells like some kind of strange... Just smells like a wet, boiled, underripe vegetable. And it's pungent. Alright, and then the other main course. That looks a lot more normal and appealing. The bean curd sticks. Wow. I'm not sure if that's tofu or what. I'm assuming it is, or bean curd. Whatever it is, it's really savory and it has this broth that relatively high, fat content, surprisingly enough. Yeah, it seems like there's little bits of bamboo shoot, which gives a nice crunch. If I could actually get it on the spoon. Look at that thing, just like fighting to not get on the spoon. There we go. The texture, it's really not bad. I was expecting this to be, flavor-wise, relatively off-putting, because like the smell, the appearance, it's kind of off-putting. Yeah, that main part, the bean curd, I think that's what it is. It has a nice chew, an interesting texture, a little bit rubbery. I really like the broth that it's in. It's like a really savory soup. So then the red bean rice. And that's near flavorless. Yeah, you would probably mix the two. Really, you put the bean curd on a bed of rice. That's probably the way to go. The red bean, it adds just this little bit of texture variation and maybe a little teeny bit of sweetness. Not much going on there. I believe it's a pickled mustard green or mustard seed. It has a slight fishy smell to it. That has incredible flavor. Just a vinegar, spicy, pickled vegetable with a great texture to it, a slight crunch. It's not mushy. I'm going to put it on the rice here. That's the way to go. Take some of this broth from the bean curd, put it on there as well. Yeah, it just has a really nice, inviting, like oat and wheat shortening smell. That is delicious. It's like a shortbread cookie with wheat, bran, and oat. A fair amount of shortening. And these little crunchy bits, man, that's like dessert, pretty much. Yeah, rice is just like a big, sticky block. That does a little bit for it, flavor-wise. But this rice, it needs a spicy sauce or something, like a chili sauce with oil. Yeah, chewy with chewy. It's got like a bounce to it. The Chinese PLA rations, the mains sometimes are a bit unusual, a bit exotic, but they're very deliberate for the nutrition that they provide. I mean, granted, they go with a budget, like the US MRE does too, most rations go for budget, except for like France. Between the pickled vegetable and then the bean curd, that right there is what provides the vitamin A that you need to prevent that, night blindness. So again, these rations, they're all, designed for, the environments that they're actually used in. Like for instance, China has anti-radiation rations for missile troops and nuclear submarine troops. They also have anti-hypoxia rations. I mean, they've got things for everything. I mean, nutrition that counteracts various environmental issues for the soldiers that are eating them. They're eating these rations in these specific environments. So this was a Chinese PLA Navy self-heating meal. Well, anyway, this is Steve 1989. I hope you liked the video. I'll be coming back at you with something new or old. All right, cool. See ya.